Hi guys. So I am here because I want to come and talk to you guys about what has been going on with me, and where I'm at and what's to come in the future. Because I kind of left you guys on a cliffhanger. I think the last time I I had experienced a miscarriage back in February after having three healthy, beautiful children. I experienced my first miscarriage back in February, 2020, and um, February, March, April, May, June. 4 months had went by, 3.5, I would say, and I found out that I was expecting again, and I made a video about that as well. But after that video, I experienced another early miscarriage. So I had a miscarriage in February and I had another one in June. So it was kind of sucky. The first one really hit me hard because, after having three children, never experiencing that before, it was very, very hard for me to accept the fact that, the what ifs, what could be, and I can't believe that, I couldn't hold on to that. The second one wasn't as bad. I think mentally I was able to get over it. It still sucked, but I think I was able to kind of handle it better than I did the first time. So yes, I experienced a miscarriage. Now, this miscarriage was crazy because, like, the first one I'll never forget because, like, that's your first one. And then the second one I'll never forget because it happened on my birthday. Like, my birthday. Like, I literally started spotting on the 30th of June, the end of June. And my birthday is the 1st of July. So I woke up, I started spotting a little bit on the 30th of June. And then I woke up the next morning on my birthday and it was worse. And I just knew what was going on, and I just kind of prepared myself and went with it, I got through it and everything. I took pregnancy tests after all the bleeding and everything was over. It was negative. So I knew that I had miscarried. It was chemical, and okay. So, and both of them were five weekers. The second one was a little bit closer to 6 weeks, and yeah. So, it was very early on, but it still affects you, and so I went through that. I got through that, and then a few weeks later, I want to say 2 weeks later, I started experiencing some really bad abdominal pelvic pain, and it really bothered me. And so I went into the ER, and they did blood work and testing and scanning, and they couldn't see anything or figure out what was going on with me. So I wasn't pregnant, and they couldn't see anything. There was no cysts or anything like that going on. So I left with nothing. I don't know what was going on. And, but I'm thinking that it was maybe implantation happening, and just didn't know that. Because, a couple weeks after that, I'm thinking I'm getting ready for my period, because me and hubby haven't really been intimate that much because I had the miscarriage, and so I was kind of, just getting into the mindset and just wanting to get myself back on track and healing and, everything like that. After that, I wanted to take a break. I didn't want anything to do with that. I just wanted to, do my steaming and my pearls and, just get back in the groove of things, get myself back on track, get back healthy, because at that point I didn't know what was going on with me. I didn't know if I was unhealthy or what. Like, I felt like something was going on here, because you go from having three children to experiencing two miscarriages kind of back to back. It's like, what's going on here, So, I did that, and I was going to get ready for everything, my steaming and, just coasting without the thought. Like, my mind was not on babies, after that. And so I got up one day and my phone was kind of like, hey, you're late. And I'm like, no, I'm not. And I had a spare test here, and I took the test, and it popped up dark immediately, 2 lines. Like, the test line pulled ink from the control line dark. Like, I was like, what? And I was just so shocked because my mind was not there. Like, literally, and I've never gotten pregnant so fast. And I'm like, I just had a miscarriage, And so I'm thinking that pain was probably implantation happening. So yes, I pretty much got pregnant right after that miscarriage, and here we are, you guys. I am 16 weeks in 3 days today. My week turns over every Tuesday, so that's where I'm at right now. But I kind of want to get you guys caught up to speed so that we can just go on from here. So if you could please bear with me, I will talk as fast and as clear as I possibly can so that you guys can get on with your day and I can get on with mine, okay? So here we go. I took my pregnancy test on July the 1st. So that's when I lost my baby. I took my pregnancy test at the end of July 31st, and that's whenever I got my first positive. And I was 4 weeks in 3 days according to my app. And I also started off at 145 pounds, okay? So, week 6, I started logging at 6 weeks. I found out at 4 weeks, but I started logging at 6, okay? I had sore, swollen breasts, loss of appetite, cramps, and my body was achy. I was exhausted. I had frequent urinating, extreme thirst, hot flashes, which I still have, very, very moody, and gassy. Like, my husband irritated me. Like, his smell, like, it was irritating. Like, the smallest things just made me so mad very quickly. 7 weeks, I was exhausted. I had growing pains in my pelvic area. My breasts were very sore and tingly. Kind of like how you get that minty tingly in your mouth. That's how my breasts felt. I had a little bit of an appetite. I had nausea. I was throwing up. I had light pink spotting after sex during this week 7, but that's the only sign of bleeding that I had so far. Week 8, I had sore breast, heartburn, nausea. I was exhausted, short of breath, crampy, bloated, and I had no appetite, you guys. Week 9 is when I had my first appointment, and that's when I found out I was 145 pounds. I don't know what I was up until that point, but I'm going from what I know now because I don't really weigh myself a lot. I just kind of go with the flow. I'm not big on the scale, So I was 145 pounds that I know. And week 9, I had nausea, sore, itchy breasts. I had growing pains, and my uterus was just so sore and tender. It was like that most of my first trimester. I think my uterus was like that up until the second trimester. I was exhausted, frequent urinating, which I still have. Throwed up a lot during this pregnancy. So, a lot of these things kind of stayed with me, and a lot of them tapered off. Week 10, I was exhausted, urinating. I had sore breasts, tender pelvic area, a little acne bumps that pop up here and there. Like, my face isn't like super crazy, but I noticed there's a difference in my skin. Nausea, short of breath. I randomly cried like 2 or 3 times that week. And I started feeling little twinges at 10 weeks as well. So the randomly crying situations was, one, I was watching a stand-up comedy skit and I'm laughing, and then it all of a sudden just turns into hysterically crying, and I could not make myself stop crying. But in my head I'm like, yo, why you crying? But I couldn't make myself stop crying. And then the second one, me and my husband were just laying in bed, going to bed, and I'm just like crying, and I'm like, girl, what is wrong with you? And then the third time, TMI, we were, having happy time. And at the highest peak, I hysterically start crying, and I cannot stop myself from crying. And I'm so embarrassed because I'm like, there's nothing to be crying about, but I am crying. It's so weird. Like, this pregnancy, I'm telling you, this one I think is going to take the cake. This one is going to take the cake, I'm telling you. I skipped week 11 because I don't think nothing really was going on. But week 12, I had another appointment. I found out I was 152 pounds. So I went from 145 to 152. And that week I had sore, itchy breasts, frequent urination, constipation kicks in, flutters a little bit more. I was exhausted. The nausea starts to taper off, and I started experiencing headaches. And then week 13, my breasts had started to try to feel better. The nausea came back, and I was exhausted, like exhausted. Week 14, I kind of just feel like I've been wearing a mask this whole pregnancy. And it's like, my skin isn't horrible, but I can tell like there's something up. Like, it's just like dry and ashy and peeling, and it's just a mess on my face. I have to stay very, very lubricated on my face. And like I say, the little bumps that pop up here and there, it's just like, I don't know. Week 14, I started experiencing the stretching and round ligament pains. My breasts were still feeling a little bit better, moody. I started having headaches, but the headaches were still there. They're still off and on, and mild nausea. Week 15, which was last week, I had headaches. I had started sensing this mild squeezing in my uterine area. It's kind of like mild, very mild, faint contractions. That's what it feels like. It's like this little light squeeze, and and then I noticed my first real baby movement where I knew this is baby. The flutters, you know what it is, but it's kind of like, But this one was like, oh, I know that's you. So I was leaving my friend's birthday party one night last week, and the seat belt, you strap it across and you gotta put it under your belly, and I could feel baby like nudging on the seat belt under my belly, and so that was pretty sweet. I have a good appetite now. Whatever I can eat, I keep down now. My breast tenderness has come back with a vengeance. They're much larger. They are full of veins. My areolas are very much larger. My nipples are very much larger, and they're so sore. So sore. Like, my nipples feel terrible. And then here we are to week 16. And I had an appointment this week, a few days ago, and I found out that I'm probably got diabetes again. I usually get it during pregnancy, and they test me early because of my history of it. And this is the first time that it's come back high early during early testing. So that's where I am with that. So I'm going to be getting prepared for the diet change and everything like that. And I'm 160 pounds. So I went from 145 145 to 160. I've gained 14 pounds so far. So this week the baby is very active. Daddy and I are able to both see and feel the baby. Indigestion, starting to get my energy back. My belly is really like a belly, like, you know, you go through the up and down and bloat and all that, but no, we're really baby now. And like I say, my nipples are sore. Nausea and throwing up, sore breasts, exhaustion. I think that's it. That's what bothered me the most during this pregnancy. So from the moment I found out up until 15 weeks, that has been like my hardest hurdle so far. But yes, at 15, 16 weeks, I'm able to see the baby, and feel the baby. And I recorded a video this morning. I recorded video of my 2-year-old at 17 weeks moving around, and nobody believed it. Like, they saw the video and then was still saying that's impossible. Like, it's not impossible. Okay, it happens. The body is used to being that way, you know. It's used to pregnancy at this point. You know, I'm on my baby number 4, so my body is used to being pregnant. It knows what to do when it happens, and my muscles are much looser. You know, they're seasoned in that area, and so it makes everything easier for baby to move around and push up and, you know, do things like that. So that's just kind of where we're at. And with everything that's going on in the world right now, my husband not being able to hear the baby and see the baby is very upsetting. You know, it's just really sad because this is a moment that he wants to share as well. He's not able to. And I went and I ordered him a fetal monitor for his birthday, so that he'll be able to hear the baby for the first time. Even though he's been able to feel and see the baby, it's really nice that he'll finally get to hear his baby. So yeah, he'll be able to hear his baby whenever he wants. And I've never had a fetal Doppler, but I need one now. So yeah, I'm just really, really blessed to be here and experience this again. And I'm just so excited to see what this little rainbow nugget brings us. And just excited, you guys. I'm really, really excited. So I will be checking in with you guys from here on out, let you know what's going on. I just had to tell somebody because I haven't made an announcement because I'm so protective and nervous about this pregnancy. And I just want everything to be okay before I say anything. It's never taken me this long. I'm usually like, hey, poop, I'm pregnant. But this time it's taken a little bit longer. So I will be announcing it with my gender reveal to everyone. So my YouTube family knows and my immediate family knows. So, and my toddler's crying, so I better get ready to go. But I want to show you my belly, and then we're going to go. Okay. So, here we are. There we are, you guys. It looks so low right now, but when I eat, it's like it's sitting up in my belly. In my chest, I mean. In my belly. So, as you can see, this isn't blow. This is baby. Back up so you get it better. My line is getting dark. This is 16-week belly. It's pretty big. I think I've been in denial up until this point. But it's big. It's big. My belly button popped out very early this time too. So, yeah. So that is it. You can get that. So that's it, you guys. This baby is full of energy, and it just reassures me and makes me so, so happy. And I'm just so excited to share this journey. And I will come back and chat with you guys as soon as I can. So, till next time. Bye.